Yeah. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Whatever time you're watching this, as always, thanks for watching Common Sense Fishing. So, if you're new here and you just found the channel, smash that subscribe and like button if you get a chance. This is Common Sense Fishing, where we talk about all kinds of cool stuff, obviously fishing related. A lot of the time, we go down many rabbit holes, have a ton of fun, and we cover a lot of topics here. So, it's a great channel to relax. We got the best viewers here, best subscribers and members, so great community as well. So pull a chair on up and welcome to the channel. For those of you who've been here for a while, thanks for watching and welcome back. Thank you for being part of the channel. And I want to say sorry for missing the last few nights. I have been super busy doing heating and air conditioning. I've been installing a lot of stuff. I've been working 10, 14-hour days. I've got a few fishing trips in, but they were on like live stream days. One was on a Friday. So we got a cool Delta video coming up where we smack some nice, decent fish. Got a ton of numbers, had a bunch of fun. Me and Virgil on the Delta as usual. So a lot of cool stuff coming up. The summer is coming to a close here, so I'm going to have a lot more free time on my hands. We're going to be doing, hey, how's it going? Keeping real and chalk in the house. Anybody else? Thanks for watching. But we're going to be winding down here soon, and the summertime is kind of, we about a month and a half, but really it's kind of winding to a close here. Last few weeks of work, and I'm going to have a lot more time to be dedicating towards the channel and this kind of business or this side of things. So a couple of channel updates. We're doing the toy drive fishing trips to try to help needy kids this Christmas. So a little update of where we're at. So far, looks like we've got about $2,000 worth of toys. You've got a bunch in the background here. We've got over 5 bikes. We've got a bunch of toys, boxes of toys, things for the little kids. We're going to be making another toy drive trip soon. And also, I'm going to be making another trip to the store to pick up a round of toys. So we'll drag you guys along. And I think I'll release a video of like the last few shopping trips just to kind of just do something different, take you guys on a shopping adventure with me. So smash that like and subscribe if you're new. For those of you guys who are always part of the channel, thanks for watching. Oh, man, I feel bad for you, buddy. I know we were talking about that. Sorry that you had to lose it, buddy. You let me know when you get a chance and you're feeling good. We'll get back out there and we'll get on them, man. So, we'll put a hurting on them, just make sure you focus on you and get better. So it's all, hope, wish you well and that, speedy recovery with that for sure. So, what was I going to say? We got toy drive trips coming, some more videos. They're down to about 1 to 2 videos a week right now because of I'm so busy. So I apologize I apologize for that. But I'm about to have hopefully the money to fix the boat soon, get the live well working, get back into some tournaments and do a lot of this cool fun stuff. But for the meantime, we're at least getting out there puttering around. The live well doesn't work and the boat takes water on a little bit. So one of the pumps hoses has become kind of disconnected, or either the fitting in the live well, because I've looked the whole boat over. There's no cracks in it anywhere. So it's got to be in this is a nitro, so it auto fills just to a certain extent because water naturally goes in through the system to the pump and then to the live well. Then you turn the pump on to fill it all the way. Has circulation, all that good stuff. But I think one of the tubes came loose, ripped, torn. Something's off, so I'm taking water on. Every once in a while, I got to hit the bilge and pump it out. So it gets scary because if the bilge stops working and I don't pay attention and we're on a big lake or we make a big run and the bilge happens to stop, then we're going to be in a little bit of trouble. We'll have to run back to the boat, getting heavier and heavier, or, to the dock, and it's not fun. So I've been in that situation before, kind of scary actually. I was out at Clear Lake, almost sunk my boat. Not the one that I have now, but an older one. So I know definitely not to screw around. So we're sticking to small bodies of water, using the trolling motor mostly, and checking things constantly. But all that'll be updated and fixed soon. We had the winner of the 1,500 sub giveaway. Congratulations to Sam Wiley. Going to be sending out a $75 gift card to him, so that way he can use it wherever he wants. Congratulations. Like, I really was planning something big for the 2,000. I figured I wanted to do something kind of at that halfway mark, at the 1,500 sub. So when we get to 2,000, I'm probably going to do like a really nice combo, and have it shipped directly to the winner. So I'll purchase it online, have it shipped to you, all of the insurance and all that. So if something happens, it gets broke, you guys are good to go. But, thank you guys and gals for watching. I'm super stoked to be back. Sorry again that I've been gone. I've been super busy, but a lot of cool stuff going on. So we're kind of breaking down like a glossary tonight, what we're going to talk about. So we've got again, updates on the toy drive. We've got some fishing tips. We're going to talk about fall fishing, or late summer, so to speak, because it's not fall. It's like the transition into fall, late summer, where you can find the bass right now. Some of the best lures, in my opinion, to catch them, and we'll go from there. So, and always kick back, have a good time, and shoot the breeze. So thanks for watching Common Sense Fishing. Again, I usually do these Monday, Wednesday, Friday, either 6 to 9 or 7 to 9, depending on my schedule. But I'm here on a Tuesday for you guys, Taco Tuesday, and I want to say thank you to everybody and apologize again for missing Monday, and I think Friday. I think I had Wednesdays, and if not, I might have missed the last like 3. Like, oof, sorry, folks. But we're here to kick it, have a good time, and as always, that's the main thing. So let's get into the toy drive information first. For those of you who've been here for the whole video, yeah, pretty much gonna do a little shopping spree here, take you guys along. I have recorded a few shopping trips already this last go around this year, so we're gonna probably incorporate them, do a little video of, just to alert everybody like what we're really doing, show everybody the toys, and the just some of the cool other moments, behind the scenes stuff like that. So we're gonna be releasing a video soon, about that. How's it going, Anthony? Just got back from work like 45 minutes ago. Freaking crazy, man. So, but yeah, we're going to be really trying to let everybody know, hey, the toy drive's on. If you want to go fishing, set something up, get a hold of me. So super excited. Unfortunately, the boat being a little under the weather might be kind of hindering it a little bit. I mean, it's still fun. We still get out there and fish. Still safe. I have life jackets. The boat don't go more than 45, 50 miles an hour. And most everything works except for the live well. So we do need to get some minor things done on it. And that's kind of the next subject. We got some boat repairs. So thank goodness, because of work being busy, I should have enough money to be able to take it and get it fixed up a little bit. We'll see. Maybe even a new transducer or new fish finder, and upgrade that baby. Show you guys how to find these schooling bass this fall, how to use like LV 500s, how to spoon fish and stuff like that this winter. So there's a lot of fun, cool techniques that are going to be popping up. A lot of ways to stick some big mamas. So there's going to be a nice jig bite usually sometime in the fall. Depends, if there's some shallow fish, they'll be up there. If the water starts running in, we get some rain while it's still kind of warm. That'll be another, key lure, as well as like some spinner baits and stuff like that. If the lake levels start rising, water gets dirty, some of these fish are going to move up into the coves. They'll start going into the mouth of the river system if you start getting a lot of fresh water. And then when you do get fresh rainwater in, usually brings a bunch of debris in it. So it just depends on what kind of year we have. I think we're slated for an El Nino year again, or one of the dry years. So I wouldn't really count on that. We'll see. If it's a wet year, usually we get some nasty rain before or right around Halloween. So if we get really knocked back and we get some heavy rain coming before or around Halloween, that's a big sign that fall transition, the bass will, instead of, if the lake's low and it's not raising and their bass are pulled off in these big schools, bass will start to move up actually, and start to chase things and push them into like the debris field. Also, what would you say, like mud lines where it goes from clear to dirty water. The bass will really fall for lures like a spinner bait, something that's bigger and more moving, crankbait, stuff like that. Um, I'm super excited to start trying to throw the swim bait this year. It's probably, we're halfway through the year, so it's kind of be, I think, this winter and this late fall is probably going to be my first real big foray into doing a few trips where I'm just heavy swim bait throwing. I talked about I want to get up into the Sierra Nevadas hopefully and do some smallmouth before the summer gets over and it gets too cold. So I want to try to get up there while the weather's good. So we got a lot of different plans that I'm trying to juggle and do. And if we don't do most of them or get a lot of them done this year, they'll be on the plate. They'll be on the docket, so to speak, for next year when that time comes around. Because I want to do a lot of different stuff. I'd also like to get out there and get a real big sturgeon or some stuff like that, some striper, go do some ocean fishing. So diversify the stuff a little bit. Bass hole at heart, love bass fishing, but you know what I mean. We gotta spice it up, have a little fun here. So don't forget to smash that like button if you guys get a chance. But yep. So again, sorry that I missed you guys on Friday and yesterday. So that's kind of why I'm here on a Tuesday. Most people are like, "Whoa, hey, what are you doing here on a Tuesday, brother? Isn't it supposed to be tomorrow?" But again, I just want to say, hey, sorry for missing those. So trying to make up for that, and so here I am. But we were gonna, like I said, we're talking about some channel updates on the toy drive. There's boat stuff. I got work going on. My kids are in Oklahoma right now, spending time with their mom for the summer, and I'll get them back. I think it's going to be like 2 weeks from now, just about. So super excited. 2.5, maybe 3 weeks at the most, something like 2 weeks. So got a lot on my plate right now. But once it all gets settled and the dust starts settling down, I'm believing I'm going to be able to get back on track with pumping out consistent content and making sure we're on these live streams in a timely manner. Also, hopefully get to some more exotic, cool places. But that's going to require some funds. So I got to, make sure that in this next few weeks, with summer coming to a wind down, that I make sure that I'm working as hard and as often as possible, because I do heating and air conditioning for a living. So you got to make sure, I got to make sure I have all that money that I can saved up, because basically winter and fall and spring is brutal for heating and air, especially when you own your own business and you're a small company here in the Central Valley, because the winter is just not that cold. And even when it is and you get some work going, the spring and fall are just perfect here. So there's unless you're doing maintenances or you're into other work, kind of like I am, a little bit of handyman / like I do electrical and some other stuff, some light plumbing, and I do whole house fans. I'll do ceiling fans, bathroom fans, fixtures. I do, like I said, light electrical. So I try to keep myself busy, but the main thing is in the winter time too. So get off topic a little bit from fishing, but here in the Central Valley and in California, from Los Angeles, from northern Los Angeles, basically south of Bakersfield, all the way north to Lodi and from mountain to almost to the ocean to right before the ocean, this whole entire Central Valley is screwed over. So we are in a bowl. We're a farming community mostly, right? And we don't produce a ton of of pollution except for car traffic, and stuff like that, car pollution. And we got a lot of electric cars, this and that. So unfortunately, we get a lot of pollution from LA or from San Francisco or Sacramento or wherever, just, all this pollution from other bigger cities and areas around us. And unfortunately, we're getting shafted hardcore. San Joaquin Valley Air, Resource Board and a bunch of others want want us to have low NOx units here that other areas in like the Bay Area and other areas don't have to get. And audio is funny. Let's see here. How about now? Is audio better? Look like the audio was turned down. Let me see here. This would be, I think, down, and this is all the way high. How is it now, RC? Is audio better? Oh. Let me check the connection. There we go. All right. Hopefully it's gotten better. We'll see. I lost, losing everybody. So maybe it's not, huh? Sounds muffled, huh? Let me see here. Is this better if I'm closer, or I don't think it's my air conditioner's doing it, so don't know. Let's see here. Sounds muffled, huh? Maybe was she left? No, she wasn't left on the whole time. Oh yeah, she was. So I don't know. I'll have to watch it on my phone real quick and see how it sounds. Oh, good to have RC Creative. Always trying to help. Appreciate you, brother. He's probably like, dude, your sound's all effed off, man. Can't hear shite. Let's go and look. All right. Hello? All right. Hello? All right. Sounds fine to me, man. All right. Sounds fine to me, man. All right. Sounds fine to me, man. All right. It's all like replaying it over and over. I don't know. Sounds good to me. Hopefully it's gotten better on your guys' end. So testing, 1, 2, testicles, 1, 2. The old Cheech and Chong joke. I think was he in one of those movies? He's Marvin the Martian, or he's something. No, he's something the testy or something. He's got the three bobbers on his head. Oh, that's hilarious. Anyways, so I'll back away from the mic a little bit and talk a little bit louder. Audio quality seemed pretty decent on my end, so I hope everybody has got a good connection. So, but anyways, thank you everybody for watching, for being here. So super stoked to be here tonight, because I missed yesterday, missed Friday. So, sucks, been working my butt off. But, here I am, super happy to be able to hang out tonight and bring you guys some stuff. I know the content's been a little bit thin lately. Summertime's just real brutal for me because I'm doing the heating and air. So everything should be getting a lot better and much more on track here in the next few weeks. I'd give it about a month and a half, and things are going to really start slowing down. So that I'm also fully expecting this. So I got to go hard now. to make as much money as I can to sock it away, because not only that, the government's going to take half of whatever I make. So let's say literally I save 20 grand in my bank, I'm probably going to owe 10 grand or 8 grand in taxes. So it's ruthless, like how much I have to try to make and then save to just get by, because I know, see, spring and fall are going to be tough, but we pay, as a contractor, we pay our taxes quarterly. So then what will happen is in the next quarter, because it'll be probably kind of shitey, I won't have a lot of taxes to pay, but then I also won't have a lot of money to get me through. So it's a funny situation. California is one heck of a funny state, but hey, trying to do business and stay alive, and work for myself so that I have the opportunity to get out and fish and do stuff. Because I tell you what, I think a lot of us in life, we should not try and tell them what they should do, but like working for yourself or having a side hustle, being self-employed to an extent, I think is super important, because it's also pride of ownership. So when you own your work, when you work for somebody else, it's a job, right? But when you're working for yourself, it's a job, but it's also a passion, and everything you do is for you and your family, not for some other person and for their family and them. So you're able to, you know, do basically, you have more freedom. You can do what you want, right? You're the owner, but there's always constraints. There's still rules and all kinds of fun stuff. So, but it does compete with, or sure does beat working for somebody else to an extent. But at the same time, there's the steady check versus the uncertainty. So you got to be certain. You got to be will to succeed, and some fire, to say, I'm not gonna, when you get kicked in the dirt and knocked in the nuts, you got to get back up and say, screw you, dude. You ain't getting me down, buddy. But man, it's crazy. We only got one viewer and no likes. And we're already like 30 minutes into the live stream. Oh well. Hey, we'll get there. We'll get back to 15, 20 a night like we were. We'll get somebody to like the video. It's funny. Anyways, I'm just messing around. So it's crazy, the algorithm will punish you, and so will your viewers if they're used to hanging out and watching and chilling with you, and then you're gone for a minute. It's like you find somebody else to entertain you, and then you forget about it. Like, yeah, and then the algorithm sweeps you under. So either way, I'm just messing around. Fun to be back on and to share this time with you guys and gals. So I just love doing this. It's a cathartic thing. It's a good way to release, just stress release, and chill and hang out. Also, I like helping, so I try to give as many tips. Uh, Thanks, man. Appreciate it. So trying to give as many tips and tricks as we can, trying to help people, try to teach people, try to share the love of fishing. Again, I always tell people, like, I'm not this fancy successful, I'm not this swim bait dude who has all these double digits. I'm not this dude that won all these tournaments. Although I've won a few, I've done okay. But I don't have a name for myself in the industry. I'm not a guide. I just do this YouTube channel, and I share and I fish and I have a good time, and I videotape it. See how old I am? I record it, on my GoPro or whatever, to share with you guys and gals, and just to document the experiences too, and then just share it. And it's been a great time, and I hope to have a lot more fun. So these live streams, though, a little bit different story. It's more like a hangout session. I really want to start getting some guests in here so that we can have some really cool conversations between me and the guests on some certain topics, all kinds of different things. And we can make themes and, go off for a few hours on a couple of different things and discuss and debate. And you guys can have a good time watching us, and then jump in and feel free to comment where you want, right? So there's a lot of things we're trying to work on here, but small channel, 1,500 subs, and we're growing slowly but surely. And so super stoked to share with everybody. And hey, how's it going, Ian? Oh yeah, the little reel, the Syamar that I got you. Yeah, that'd be a nice little finesse reel or trout reel, or something that goes on a nice little light medium, a drop shot reel, something like that. Doing good. I'm doing good, man. Thank you for asking. I'm doing good. I'm glad you are as well. So, a lot of crazy stuff on the plate. I do heating and air conditioning, so we're talking about how this summer's been super busy. Talking about how it's tough to get out there and put a bunch of stuff together for you guys right now due to work. But I'm trying desperately to make sure that I maintain putting out quality content and putting out, at least content once a week, if not twice a week or more for the regular channel. And I want to make sure I don't miss these live streams. But when I do, always try to make up for you guys. So hence we're here on a Tuesday night. And yes, unless something happens, I'll be here tomorrow night at Wednesday and Friday night as well, just like normal. So just wanted to make up for some lost time and just shoot the shite with everybody. It's Taco Tuesday, right? Tonight it's Tuesday. What is it? The 27th. Yep. So um, almost done with July, folks. We got hot August, and that's about it. Here in California, hot August nights, right? In Nevada. So we got about a month and a half left to heat, and the fishing's going to start turning as soon as what you really want to pay attention for is when the nights start cooling, even if it's 100 degrees or 95 degrees during the daytime. If the nights start getting cool, that's when the bass are going to start moving. They're already going to be moving from their summer haunts. They'll start moving towards their fall and winter haunts. They'll already start corralling and pushing and bait fish into places. So that should be happening here soon, any minute here. Uh, Sam Reno be hood is that week. Oh man, yeah, dude. You don't want to see me in Vegas or Reno, buddy. I'll be having way too much fun. Oh goodness. I'm shutting up about that topic right now. Here we go. We talking fishing. About that topic right now. I don't know how to. I accidentally put my own self on. Hey, what the heck? We were doing some sound checks earlier, so it looks like they're still okay. So, oh man. I got to meet RC Creative, so that was cool. We got to kick it and hang out. We did a little bit of catfishing right alongside like either the American River or one of the little river spots, and got a bunch of dinks. Like one or two each. I think they ended up getting like three or four each. I was just happy to chill and get out and hang out, so I had a great time. Not every trip. That's one of the other things is not every fishing trip you're going to go out there. You're going to murder them. You're going to catch a big fish, and you really can though. I mean, try to if that's the name of your game. But for me too, fishing really started as something just to do for fun, and I started out bait fishing. So yeah, see, he got six. Yeah, he got a bunch of little guys. I think you, and then who was it? Your brother or somebody. He got a few too, quite a few, and it was me and your pops only got a couple of them, I think, right? So it was tough. I kept getting bit and couldn't hook the little boogers. I think I was using too big of a hook and too big of a piece of bait, and at the end when I downsized, I finally got one or two, I think. But I'm out there to have fun. See, that's my point. Is when I first started fishing, it was bait fishing on shore with food and friends and good times. And then as you get older, of course, a beer or something, but same principle. And I don't want it to get to some point where it's like sports. Sports are supposed to be fun, right? They're very hard and demanding on your body. But when you and your buddies are throwing the football or baseball around, having a great time, sports is supposed to be fun. When you take it to a team level and it gets so competitive or it gets so stressful it's not fun anymore. That's how I don't want fishing to be, which is why I'm not a guide and why I'm not into really hardcore tournament fishing, because I do not mind tournament fishing. I like doing it. I want to get into it a little more. I just really don't. I don't have dreams of being like this pro circuit angler. And a guide, maybe I could one day get my license and then do like a couple weekend trips, here and there, and have fun, and get it all set up and make some side hustle doing it. But I wouldn't want it to be my full time. I don't want skin cancer. I got to make sure I wrap up more, and then it's just not, to me, doesn't sound like a fun gig. It sounds like it would be cool, but then after a while, you can get burned out on fishing, burned out on the customers, the clientele. So I don't know. I kind of love this little juggle that I have now with being able, as I own my own business, to fish Monday through Friday as well as the weekend. So I could be a weekend warrior, go fish a few tournaments, you know, maybe win some money, go do a little this, go do a little of that, and but at the same time, just kick that. I don't mind kicking back, putting my feet up, and just sucking at fishing, just soaking a worm and just do 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 do. And if I catch a few, I catch a few. If I don't, I don't. Um, that's what fishing is all about. Is it's being out in nature, it's being with your friends, it's de-stressing. That's one of the biggest things about fishing, is it is so calm, it is so relaxing, that usually it is just almost always a de-stressor, like a drug. It's so crazy, it's hard to explain, right? So it's a feel good thing, and that's why I don't want to go ruining it by being too crazy on that. Have I ever went deer hunting? Oh, now you're making me think of Deer Hunter. What is that? Is Six the Deer Hunter, right? Isn't it Six the Deer Hunter? They call him that in First Degree, the DE, Fahrenheit. That's why they die. Yeah, they call Six the Deer Hunter. No, I've never been hunting due to unfortunate events in my life that have kept me from being able to possess a gun since I was like 19. And I would love to bow hunt. I would love to get my damn rights back because I was innocent, but that's just another story for another video. Most of you have heard that story anyways already, but hey. But yeah, I would love to go like legit, bow hunting. Um, that would be cool. But I'm not a dude that oh, for sure. I'm not a dude that really would want to kill an animal for sport, much less unless I'm going to eat it. And I definitely could. Trust me, I'm not a wuss. I'm not like some. And I know we've got to keep populations in check in certain aspects, but I don't think we should be wasting the meat and food. So I definitely love to go out and hunt those, some veal, some venison, also like wild pig, something like that too. Shoot a turkey, whatever. I'll shoot anything out there that's an animal if I can eat it, and it's like, not endangered. Because I'm also, I don't know, I'm not a PETA dude. Trust me at all. It's just I'm not a cruel person. I don't like hurting things. So unless we're gonna eat it, then I'm not one of the dudes that'd shoot one just to put the head on my wall. But I would put the head on my wall if after I shot it and ate it, if that makes sense. I don't know. I'm a weird one, but yeah, I would love to go out and hunt, bro. Let me know. Oh yeah, jerky is super bomb. But yep, I'm into all that kind of stuff. If you guys want to see stuff like that, let me know. I'd also be glad to take you guys along for some camping trips, show you some tips and tricks for setting up a successful camp, for not getting bit by mosquitoes and bugs, show you some tips, some ways that you can, each area is different, but some things and some ideas maybe you haven't tried before. Um, so also just take you guys along for some adventures if you're interested in seeing. I'm also into, if we're going to go on some tangents tonight, folks. We're just going to talk and have a good time. How about that? Because it's Tuesday, wasn't really planned. Life's been super busy right now for me, so I haven't had a bunch. But anyways, I like also panning for gold and doing nerdy shit like that. Like I like going out to the river and chilling and going out with like some goggles and digging around in the rocks in the bottom, and also digging up some dirt and then taking it up and then panning it, or going to a certain area that and trying to dig up and pan it and do stuff like that. Like I'll kick it for a day smashing beers and panning for gold and stuff. Like, are you guys interested in seeing some stuff like that? I'd be more than happy to take you guys along. This is a fishing channel, but I think along with fishing comes the idea of the outdoors. So hunting and fishing kind of go in hand in hand. Camping and fishing can go hand in hand. Outdoor recreational activities like mountain biking and just having a good time outdoors, I think, can kind of go hand in hand with fishing. I'd be more than happy to do that kind of stuff on the channel too. So I feel like I don't want to put myself in a box. But I also try to really make sure I try to avoid posting my news or opinion, political junk on the fishing channel. Uh, I don't really like my HVAC stuff. I prefer to post it on my other channel. Occasionally, I'll post it here because I have so many viewers. So I'll try to get stuff to go viral, or either just to get, because I believe it's an important topic, or something like your heating and air system. So I put it out there. And also, a lot of my viewers may be local. So if I talk about the fact that I do heating and air, that may help drum up business too, right? So, not stupid. So hey, by any means necessary, the old saying, except for being a crook or a bad guy. I'm just a savage. That's the difference. Think of me as like a barbarian. I will gladly crush a head in, but I'm like a moral one. Like there's got to be a reason, right? I'm not a bad dude. I'm not a bully, and I don't believe in all the dumb stuff in life. But I get down, have a good time, have fun. I'm not known for being much of a square. Sometimes though, I'm a weird one, I guess you'd say. I've got a lot of different things I like doing. So if you're interested in knowing more about me, or also talking about more different diverse subjects, if you're interested in following some news or opinion, go check out my other channel, Common Sense Talks. It's the sister channel to this, or brother channel, so to speak. I'm not a girl, so we get the brother channel. So it's me, and it's basically me covering things, talking about World War III, or the politics or news or whatever. It could even just be like, yes, for example, like the Afterlife, Ghostbusters. I'm super stoked about that movie, so I could do a whole video on that alone. Um, so if you're interested in that kind of stuff, that's where I'd go. Common Sense Talks. Go smash the like, subscribe over there. But again, so here, I would love to do some stuff like how RC's talking about, going hunting, trying to get some. Oh, hey, Stacy, Big Vic and Little Vic said hi. Tell them I said hi. Can tell them congratulations. I heard they won. I heard he won the little tournament out there at McClure, him and Buffalo. So that was cool, Josh and him. That was exciting to see that they placed well. Almost felt like I was there, because they kept texting me throughout the day at the tournament, or before the tournament. I mean, on not the day of, but like before, when the pre-fishing, like what do we do? So I went out and took them out and tried to show them the ropes. They've been out with Cook, they've been out with a lot of other cool dudes. So, and Vic knows how to fish really good, so that youngster can fish pretty good. So I've taken him to Kelsey, I believe, but I know we've been to McClure, and he was pretty good at sticking some fish. He listened to me, and he threw the jerk bait amongst what do you call it, the suspended, or the floating dock stuff right there before Barrett's. So I told him, hey, pull out the jerk bait, and sure enough, he got like 2.5, almost 3 pounder jerk baiting along the side of some plastic stuff. So wasn't like huge or anything. I want to say it was like 2.5 pounder actually, but it was one of the bigger fish of the trip. So tell them I said hi. Thanks everybody for watching. But yeah, you know, again, sorry I missed last Friday and this Monday, but I want to make sure I make it up to you guys and gals. I will be back on tomorrow. I'm going to try to bring some lures. Going to discuss some fall transition, late summer baits, some top water lures that I like right now. We're going to try to talk more about like different fisheries like the Delta, Clear Lake, Highland reservoirs. Now, there's going to be some problems this next year if we don't get a lot of rain. And there's going to be some problems here in the next month or two if we don't get some early rain. So they've already shut Oroville. They're about to shut Clear Lake. They're going to be shutting down a lot of lakes because they're just too low. There's nowhere you can launch from. So fish are going to get a lot of time with no fishermen or very little pressure. So that's going to help a little bit. But the problem is we really need these lakes to get water. So if they don't get water this year, next year is going to be savage for places like Oroville, Clear Lake, all that, if they don't get filled back up. So, and then, come next summer, they're going to be in some real bad, real bad spots. So I predict and believe that here in the next few months, up until winter, the Delta is going to be heavily inundated with bass fishermen from the lakes. And I think it already is. But when you can't get your boat into your lakes, your favorite lakes, Delta is the number one spot to go to next. Clear Lake, already super algae bloom. Lake's getting super low. They're about to close it off. So it's like, well, shoot, what else is there open to you? So I think the Delta, oh yeah, yeah. So I think the Delta is going to be a great spot to fish, but I think it's going to be packed to the gills. And if you guys want to know my advice, is go up the river arms, go up the little sloughs, and also fish downtown. Stay away from like the high traffic areas. Um, there's going to be so many guys fishing the Delta this next few months. I have a feeling. So I'd personally myself, I'd probably just launch from Lads and head up towards Lois Park, fish the San Joaquin River, fish Apothecary Cove, Smith Canal area, um, Windmill Cove area, the docks downtown, um, stuff like that. It just depends, on tide and water level. Might run a little bit south, might head towards Mildred, but that's kind of one of my favorite stomping grounds is the south end of the Delta. Actually, it's not usually the best end of the Delta to fish, but there's a lot of monsters in there, and it gets less pressure. So most guys come out of Lads, Russo's, all these other spots, Paradise and everywhere else, and then they're all launching and moving and driving around, and you got Discovery Bay and all this other stuff. So there's all this huge portion of the Delta. So a lot of people overlook downtown Stockton was like crappy kind of, but it's not. There's a lot of big fish there. So that's probably one of my next Delta trips. I'm probably going to fish downtown Stockton again. You guys have seen enough of my videos there. Really need to catch a monster out of the Delta this year. I'm getting pissed. I haven't got one over 5. I don't know where the big ones are at. They're probably down more towards the ocean or up more towards the ocean, Discovery Bay, maybe in the sloughs or the river arms. All I know is I've been fishing some of the usual haunts where I got a lot of 8s, got 7s, a 9, a 10, and they just have not been there this last year. A lot of 5s. I've seen some 8s and stuff like that, but nothing really over 6 pounds this year at the Delta. And that's unusual for me. So I think maybe I need to get out of the places I'm fishing and go just dink around and go find some new water. Because usually I do pretty good doing that too. When you put yourself in a box and you fish what used to be really good, and then it turns out not to be good, you really frustrate yourself when the bass could be right next door. So it's kind of like that trope or that saying, if you've ever seen the guy who's mining, it's like a meme or like a post postcard thing type. It's like a saying, but it's like done via pictures and before memes, I guess you'd say. And it's got a miner, and he's mining, and he's trying to find gold, and he's dug all these things, and he's gone crazy, and he's all nuts. And it shows at the very end, he gives up, and he's like he mined and mined and mined, and right on the other side of the wall where he gave up was just all the gold and all the riches and all the dreams. And he worked very hard. He worked his ass off, but just short, right? And then, so it just reminds me of that. You got to make sure that you don't put yourself in a box and that you don't give up, don't frustrate yourself. So the Delta can do that, and this year it's done that to me for big fish, and it's usually not that bad. So I think it's more because of the YouTube channel and me trying to like get out and have, I think, this a little bit of a weight on my shoulders to try to go out and catch fish. I'm not doing it as much as like I used to do, just go fun fish. And a lot of the areas that I fished and caught these monsters in, they just do not seem to be there the last 2 or 3 years. Like something's different. Like maybe I have a feeling it might be weather related. You know how we have El Nino, La Nina, and they're about 4 year periods. You go 4 years or so of drought. You go about 4 years of water and wet and rain. And I have to say that the 4 years that I was there, or that the few years I was there, was just about 8 years ago. So it would be 2 cycles. So it may be indeed that's what may be happening. I'm not sure. Maybe when the water, we don't have a ton coming in. Maybe the bass know that, and they head maybe more towards the ocean. Not to, I know the water gets more brackish and nasty. The less fresh water we have coming in, usually they'll pull the other way. But I think there's like an equilibrium. They're probably mid delta somewhere. I know that they just got done spawning. As far as at the delta, sometimes the bass will spawn into June. So there's a ton of fry right now that are just little baby bass still. Um, Obviously, most of their spawn happens in like May, April, and some in June there. But right now, you're going to have some fish that are still kind of post spawn, but you have a lot of summer pattern, fully feeding up healthy, fat monster bass. I just have no clue where they're at. But I've been stuck fishing only 2 areas of the Delta. I've been stuck in Frank's Track, Holland's Track, and Frank's Track, where I've been stuck in downtown Delta. I haven't gone anywhere towards Discovery Bay. I haven't fished anywhere near Sacramento. I haven't fished anywhere in the river arms and slough arms out. I've been anywhere from some, let's just say, downtown to about Frank's Track. And that's been about the area that I've limited myself to the last 2 years. And that might have something to do with it. I don't know. Some of these bigger, more quality bass are probably just, like that old saying, they're just right on the other side. I just got to keep going. But the boat has shooken me a little bit, with it taking water and live well not working. I haven't been saving fish for pictures. I haven't been able to tournament fish. And then with the boat taking on water now, even now I've got a whole nother level of paranoia and worry about. I got to make sure I don't sink. So, but I'm still, because I'm such a fishing crackhead, I have not stopped. So I still take the boat out. I still fish. I'm still pushing it. Probably stupid, but I feel from what I've looked at that I'm almost 100% certain the boat's very safe as long as I'm attentive to my surrounding and what's going on. Um, and I don't push it and make my runs too far. Because if I do run a 30-minute, 40-minute run, and let's say I don't bilge for 2 or 3 hours and I'm about to bilge, and that's when the pump goes out, well, then I'm probably going to be in some trouble, because now I've already got 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever gallons water in the boat. Now I'm just going to take more on. I've got a long drive, so that's where I start kind of getting like decisions that I make are affected by what's going on right now. So, I'm not trying to make excuses, but I also think I'd be um, putting out a little bit better content and smashing around, showing you guys more spots if I was more confident of my boat right now. So we'll get all this situated and settled. You guys follow along, get to chill, watch the ride, watch as things progress. So I appreciate you guys who've been with me from the beginning, and you guys and gals who are just with me and just joining. Thank you, each and every one of you guys and gals. So, um, you guys are why I do this, to get out and help and connect with the community. And to also, like I said, this is cathartic in the sense that it's like healing in a way. It's a cool to be able to kick back, open up, chat, and talk to the world and talk to you guys. Help some people hopefully catch some fish, maybe catch some PBs and some big girls, share some experiences, meet new friends and people. So that's the awesome thing about the internet. So I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's show. Again, sorry I missed Friday and Mondays, but I will be on Wednesday for you guys. So give me just 1 second. I've got to go talk to my buddy Casper. Since there's just three of us on tonight, why not? Whatever. Woo. I'm also sorry, guys and gals. I'm a little sweaty. I've been working, doing heating and air, so my head is extra shiny today. I need to get the lighting done in here too. You know, one lamp over here and one over here and then put like a white shirt over it or something to kind of soften the light just a little bit and have it coming from two angles. So we'll get everything, upgraded one bit at a time. We got the new mic, got the new camera, got two GoPro 9s. So we're rocking and rolling. We're making progress. Like I said, boat's going to be fixed soon, and I'm more than happy to share any and all of my fishing knowledge. So if you guys remember, feel free to leave comments, any questions, anything you guys want to cover, go over, any topics you want to discuss. Feel free to leave a comment, and I'm always happy to jump right on it and go down those rabbit holes or tangents, or just cover those fishing questions and help as much as I can. So, other than that, I just ramble at the screen and yap at you guys. So, and have a good time. And for those of you who are listening to this more so than watching it, thank you again so much for supporting us, supporting the channel. And we wouldn't be doing this without you guys and gals. I want to do a real big shout out also to Keeping It Real, who's been doing a great job managing and helping with the Bass Fishing Lovers Facebook page. We've already hit 7.2. I'm thinking we might as well just hold on to that backpack and fishing reel and do it at almost 10 grand at a 10K sub giveaway, because that channel is growing just super fast. And there's a lot of people that are kind of just there to post their YouTube stuff, and they're not very interactive. But there's a lot of good people in that community. We've managed to keep spam down, to keep vulgarity and the naysayers down. We don't have many of the chicks posting in their bikinis to try to get like thousands of likes when they probably ain't even the one that caught the fish. Or someone's taking that picture, boyfriend's out, catches a bass, gives his hot girl the fish, here honey, hold this, and thumbnail is her booty and a thong, right? And what guys are so thirsty, it's so crazy. Go on Facebook and watch a dude with a 7 or 8 pound bass, a grown man, 10, 12 pound bass, maybe 50, 100 likes. Look at a hot chick with a 3 pound, 4 pound bass, and she's got like 800 likes, all these comments. It's like, man, super, super like dumb behavior, but it reward like the algorithm just loves it because we're dumb. Men are dumb. Like, yeah, you go, girl. And then guys start becoming Captain Save-A-Hos and they start like protesting for the dudes that like make, hey, nice catch. Oh, the fish ain't bad too, or something. And then you get some dude pipes up like, hey, you shouldn't be. It's always some kind of funny drama with that. That's why I try to avoid having that chick power stuff. Like, I don't mind women on that probably came off wrong. I like having women on the channel, the show, viewers, subs, Facebook, bass fishing lovers. It's the ones that are basically 90% naked to try to use their body to get somewhere just because they're pretty. It's like I've never really been a big fan of that. I like people to earn their spots and their places and rewards and things in life. I don't know. Life ain't fair though, right? So whatever. Wow, wow, wow. Shut up and get on. That's how it goes. That's what I'd tell somebody anyway. Stop bitching. Just start fishing. So, oh, I was going to do a live stream from the lake. I was super excited, but I noticed there's certain lakes I don't have reception at, but like one spot. So like I can go and in this general area, if I stay there, I can live stream. That's how McClure is. If I go to one area of McClure, I'll have reception. I can drive around the shore, I can live stream, and I can fish from McClure while I live stream. But if I go anywhere on that lake and I pick up and leave and go to move, lose reception. Don Pedro could be similar. There's areas you just lose reception or you don't never have it in the first place. There's a few areas you do, but New Maloney's I have coverage over most of the area. Don Pedro, I had it for like about half. Um, McClure was just horrible. The Delta mostly has coverage, so I think that'll probably be one of the places that I'll do one of the live streams because I would hate to get a good live stream going on halfway through it. Go to smash from one spot to another and just dump the stream and have to like restart because of just a crappy connection. So, but the Delta should be pretty good. So, anyways, I thought Maloney's was cool. The live stream from the lake, we caught like 5 fish, 6 fish in like 10, 15 minutes on the live stream. Beautiful, maybe 20 minutes at the most, but beautiful sunset and a cool, funny drive up there. So, I wish I would have had more fishing and less of the drive, but it worked out. So I thought that was a relatively cool live stream. So we're going to try to do some stuff like that, uh, do some stuff from the actual lake, from the rivers while I'm on the boat, take you guys and gals along with me, actually fish with me, basically. Come hang out. So, well, thanks for coming back. Appreciate it. So, we're just chilling. I know it's a Tuesday. This isn't usually one of my live stream nights. And, hey, we've got, 2, 3 people on. We got 4 likes. So, somebody loves me. Oh, goodness. Yeah. But, hey, I'm cool. Same old, whether there's 2 or 3 folks on here or 30 or 40. You guys know how I roll. I appreciate you guys very much. And I like to talk about lots of cool stuff. So don't forget to leave a comment. All right, cool. We got Ian Basson. Have you been to McClure lately? Yes, I have. I've been to McClure now 2, 3 times for a short email you the fishing song. Oh, I sure will, dude. Make sure you send me your email if I don't have it, though, RC. Text me your email. I think I have it. But yeah, and then I'll email you one. Which one do you want? Common Sense Fishing, Catching Double Digits, or This Is Why We Fish? I have 3 fishing music videos. So for those of you guys who didn't know, yep, I'm a jack of all trades. So back to Ian Basson over here. Have I been to McClure? Yes, I have. Bite's been tough. Water is really low. Yep. All right, perfect. All right. Well, you should listen to him, bro, and give me your honest opinion on which one you think is best. And then I'll send it. Because you know, as a creator of your own music, that you're always biased, that you either think it's shitty when it probably isn't, or you think it's good when it's probably like okay. You know what I mean? When you get all pumped up and you think your music's great, it's probably okay. But if you think your music, it might even be, a lot of us are our worst own critics or our best supporters. So, you know what I mean? Let me send this over quick so I got this right here because I'm going to make sure nobody can see it. All right, there we go. You should have, it would have been cool to get some footage of our kick it session, yabba dabba doo, and us busting flows. We were all busting flows together. You wonder how DP would be at night? DP's good at night, bro. That's where I got my double digit at night just a month or two ago. Oh, not 2 months ago, almost. Yeah, just about 2 months ago. Got a double digit. Got the flows. There you go. Yeah, I've been talking about Lake Success. I know you went Thursday. Yeah, dude. I have a feeling that's where Cook has been posting his videos from, or he's at Tulik. Yeah, I don't think he's at Maloney's, Pedro, or McClure, the 9 and the 7s and the 5 or his 26-pound bag. I don't think that was at McClure for sure. The background didn't even look like Pedro either. Could have been Maloney's or Tulik, but with how the pressured the mountain lakes are, I have a feeling something kicking out to even 20-pound bags right now is a small little gem like Amador, like Success, right? It's going to be one of them, or like Salt Springs, right? Something like that. Right now, it's probably kicking out good bass right now. And I've been talking about also the San Luis or Los Manos Creek Reservoir. So the two places I really want to go pound right now, big time, are Lake Success and the Los Manos Creek Reservoir. And then third, I really, how am I holding up like 4 or 5? Ooh. Third, I want to go to a couple of these Bay Area lakes that are like trolling motor only, but they'll let you go in with your big motor. You're just not allowed to turn it on or start it. Um, so you have to do everything from your trolling motor. So as long as you don't turn it on, they'll let you in. Yeah, Eastman might be good. Eastman is super low though. It's super low. So these good lakes that are really good right now are the ones I think that aren't really super low. So Tulik is not super low right now. I don't think success. I don't know if success is low, but I have a feeling it's not. There's certain ones that, due to where they sit, what body of river, or they're between a lake. Like Tulik is below lake or below New Maloney's, so New Maloney's may be low and Tulik could be high, could be full, right? So 12 on the boat, only fish from like 6:45 a.m. to 1 p.m. All between 3 pounds and 6 pounds. Biggest was 7.5 by my buddy. Nice. Oh, super low levels out at Success. Okay, cool. I think I'll go out there, man. I wanted to really bad. Uh, it's just my confidence level. It's a new lake. I've never been there, so my confidence level. I want it to be like boom in my boat and all. I'm like kind of stressing right now. So you guys are getting to see a little bit of when I get all trippy in my own head, right? Where I could probably be out if I'm out fishing at the Delta or wherever. Why not somewhere else like that, like Dumbo, duh. So it's just, but when it's a new lake or new this and new drive, and I don't know, I get all paranoid. I get all like, because I've done messed my boat up a little bit now, and I'm like, no, I don't want to hurt her anymore. I'm like, trying to take good care of her. I hadn't done a very good job of it. Ran her aground at the Delta like a fool, or not really aground, but hit a big rock pile over by Frank's track. So super stupid move, but oh well. You live and you learn. I did not think it was rocks too. It looked totally like open water, like you could just smash past it. Tide was kind of high. There's weed clumps everywhere out in Frank's track. There's areas where it's only 3 or 4 feet deep on like a low or medium tide, and but you could still smash through safe. But then in those areas, there's like stumps and other things that you could hit. So it's crazy. Nice. What'd you guys catch them on, if you don't mind? Were you guys plugging them on like top water and reaction, or did you guys have to bottom bounce them with like Ned rigs, jigs, drop shot, Cinco? You fishing shallow or deep? Because I'll probably go out and go up there. It'd give me a little bit of a starting point at least on what to probably start with, but I'll dial in real quick. Um, I would assume most fishing is doing good, probably either held tight to cover because if that's where the baby bass and food supply are at, you might be pulling them out of big rocks, boulders, any trees and brush, probably jigs, Texas rig stuff, maybe weedless stuff, or you're using top water reaction. Don't know. But I'd probably hit it with something like that in mind. I might start or head up north or to the creek arm or river arm, whatever feeds it, and start back from there because of the time of year. And depending on if, like you said, the lake's low, if there's not anything coming in, usually the fish will actually do a 180 and will head all down by the dam. Because now you have no water coming into the lake. The lake's just sitting there, but the dam is continuously releasing water. So down below, in the deeper, there's still current, there's still water moving, there's still more oxygen and stuff like that than in the nasty areas where the water is just kind of puddling and sitting there in the creek arms as the lake slowly drains and lowers. So the fish will pull down when the lake gets super low. They'll pull down by the dam a lot of times. I find a lot of fish down in Cotton and in McClure Point when the lake gets low. Temperance and McClure Point and Cotton and the dam just are like on fire at Lake McClure usually when the lake's this low. I'll start by Arnold and and Barrett's maybe, and I'll fish the pillars. I'll fish Arnold. I'll fish I'll fish up into the narrows up there by Horseshoe, and then I'll move back down. And if they're not up there, I'm going straight down to the dam. I'm fishing McClure Point and Cotton Creek and the dam and stuff. And I'd probably treat any other lake right now if it's low, and then the Sierra Nevadas probably treat it similar. But so top water, and then also a jerk bait. So you were using reaction. So what I would probably do is throw top water and square bills and try to deflect and bounce off of the brush and the trees and the wood and hit into stuff and then stop and let my square bill float back up and then keep reeling. And then whenever I hit, boom, stop. All right, perfect. Yeah, I'll send it. So I'll do that as soon as I get off, brother. I'll send that over to you. But yeah, drop shotting in 20 feet got you like 2 and 3 pounders, but top water and jerk baits. So, what may also be a ticket again, I'd say maybe a square bill. If it gets windy, a spinner bait along with that jerk bait. Um, Maybe a jig instead of a drop shot might pick bigger fish off on the bottom, unless they're suspended and you're getting them a foot or two off the ground, 3 or 4 feet off the ground. I don't know. If you're catching them in 20 feet of water and you fish and you're getting your bites within the first few seconds of moving, like the first few hops, like first 10 seconds, 20 seconds after your bait hits the bottom and then you initially start moving, I believe that was a suspended fish that followed your bait down, looked at it, you started moving it, and then it decided it wanted to eat it. But when you're casting out there and halfway to the boat, you get bit. That's when it was down there and you bouncing around and you caused it, you caught its attention or whatever. That's how I feel a lot of the time. So, but when they're like that, then I think a jig will pull out the bigger fish. But if you're noticing you're catching them on the fall or they're suspended, drop shot's always a good go-to lure, And like Danny, we're keeping it real there. He got a 10 pounder on a drop shot. My biggest on a drop shot's 8.5, and I have dumped a few 10. I've dumped a few, pretty sure they're double digits on the drop shot. It's heartbreaking. So this last year, I've made it a point to barely throw it at all. So I'd probably throw a jig. If there's a lot of wood there, I'm glad I've got some G Money jigs, and I'm glad I've got some Ansky's tackle box jigs. But because these Bijan jigs are killer for Maloney's, McClure, and Pedro. As soon as you get into wood, these guys aren't the biz anymore. You'll lose too many of them. So I love those jigs, but I'll throw them next to and around it. But you got to watch those in wood; they get hung up real easy. But you get tapped, and the game over with those jigs. They have no weed guard, so they just stick them like, oh man, big time. But a lot of trees and brush was getting you snagged. Okay, question is though, were you using like a deep crank or a medium, or were you using like a square bill? So like when I crankbait, a lot of the time I use a square bill, and it only goes 3 to 5 feet, 6 feet deep, depending on if I'm long lining it or working it on 10-pound fluoro or 12-pound fluoro, or am I using 14, 15, 17? Am I using mono? What am I using? So depending on the gear and the speed reel and all that good stuff, you can get a square bill down to about 5 to 7 feet. But then, you can run it at a foot and a half, 2 feet, 6 inches under the water if you creep it. So it just depends. There's a couple different ways to do it, but one of the things is because a square bill has treble hooks. I also don't like catching fish in cover with treble hooks, because if you have to haul them out, well, unless your gear is correct, but if you have to haul them out, you can straighten them or rip them out of a fish's mouth a lot easier than if you got one super solid hook that's in there good and it's stuck in. You're just towing that fish in. But when you have trebles, and trebles sometimes don't always pop through, sometimes they just kind of stick and grip. And when the fish shakes, you can come out real easy. Or they tear in all at these all weird, awkward angles. And then when the fish moves, fights, the hooks almost fight each other. And so it's like what happens is it thrashes their face up, but it makes a bunch of holes, so that treble hook, when they throw it, or when they start shaking their head, and they come out the water and that heavy bait starts moving around, it can get thrown a lot easier than if you just have one nice solid hook. But at nighttime, I'd probably opt for the treble over the like a solid hook. It just depends on situation. Um, because if I could see the fish jump and prepare for it, Then with the single hook, I feel super positive I'm going to land them every time. But with the treble hook, there's a chance, in my opinion, when they jump, they can shake you. It just depends on too the gear and what you're using. If you don't get a good hook set in them, you know, those a lot of times I'll have like a 5 pound bass, 3 to 5 pound bass, and I'll have them hooked, and I'll look, and it's just the back hook, like he came up, nipped, and got boom stuck just like that, right? And I'm fighting the fish, and I'm bringing them in, and I can see this, one little hook in it, and I'm like, oh, you know, and you lose a lot of fish that way on trebles. So it just depends. But yeah, so I think I'll go try it out, man. Top water, and there's a lot of brush, maybe Texas rig, little bullet weight, Cinco, or like a 10-inch worm, an 8-inch worm, curly tail worm, something with some commotion and movement, snake it around through all that brush and throw it on like some heavy duty line, and then yank them fish right out of there when you get them, especially if they're big. So then top water, killer, especially if there's a lot of brush and it's under the water. Those fish can really come. They can hide in that and just boom, ambush stuff. Last question I'd ask though is there brush and trees like in the middle of the lake and like everywhere to where it's hard to use your big motor, or are they in certain areas so that like you can smash, drive around, and everything's safe, and then you pull up and oh, there's some trees right at shore, or like how New Maloney's is? Because see, when New Maloney's gets low, it's full of trees everywhere too. But when it's high, there's no trees barely at all. So it really depends on the lake level. So when it gets low, though, that place is freaking savage. Trees everywhere. You could be driving in the middle of the lake and just a giant tree, boom. Like whoa, what the hell? Well, most of them are marked, but there's some that aren't. Like damn. New Maloney's isn't that bad. There's worse places like the Delta. None of the friggin' spots are marked on the Delta. You're like, what the hell? There'll be pipes. There's a place in the Delta, the water's only like a foot deep, and it's hella like it's like maybe a 6 inches to a foot deep in the low tide, and maybe 3 or 4. It seems like in the high tide, like the way that it is, it's like it's this big old area past Lads and downtown, heading like towards Frank's track. On the right hand side, when you come out of all those maze of stuff, like going to Garlic Brothers and all that, and there's all these tules and stuff. There's an area, this is a big flat, and it's just, you'll bottom out big time right there, and it looks like normal water. There's no sign, there's no nothing. It's like, what the hell, man? These people they don't care. It's just, I guess it's too big or whatever. But local guy said if you can hit it during the week, he said the weekend gets a little busy. Trees and brushes mainly on the east side, more shallow area. All right. So I'll have to try a couple different parts of the lake. Then I'll go do what you guys were doing, maybe, or go try your area. And if I don't have much luck, I can head to the non-trees and maybe the steep or deeper side and throw jigs or other stuff that I'm, comfortable with over there, treat it like McClure or something. I like fishing a lake for the first time, so we'll see. I might just go and totally suck because sometimes, like I said, I get a little paranoid about overly driving around right now when my boat's not in tip top shape. So I might just be like putting around, farting around in just a couple little areas, fishing a small part of the lake very thoroughly. You might catch only 3 or 4. Who knows? Hopefully I'll go smack them. I've really always wanted to go fish Lake Success, so I think I will. But this week is probably not going to be it. I think it's going to have to wait till next week because I've got a lot of HVAC work that I'm still indebted to like finish, that I've like where I have an install that I have to change a part out. I've got some warranty work. A I've got a big repair, two big repair jobs coming up. So it's like I've got a lot going on this week, but next week we'll see. I think that'll be the time to go up there. Probably something like a Wednesday, smack dab in the middle of the week. Maybe see if I have reception up there and do a live stream. If not, maybe live stream on the way, back or the way from it. Not to it because that'd be too early. So the way back, yeah, let everybody know, hey, I got my butt kicked, or hey, I killed it, all stoked. But we'll see. So that's, I think that's what I'm gonna probably do. Take you up on that idea, vintage. Head out over to Success because I've been talking about it. For those of you who've been following the channel, I've been talking heavy about Success, about San Luis or Los Mountains Creek Reservoir, sorry, and also about doing some smallmouth fishing in these little northern Sierra Nevada, lakes like Scotts Flat, Almanor, Trinity, stuff like that, Bullard's Bar, but that's more of a well-known one. So stuff like maybe say Scott's and Almanor would give you a good idea of what I'm talking about. So they're pretty far out there in the middle of nowhere. But anyways, thank you guys and gals for watching and hanging out tonight. Um, we're going to have a show tomorrow. So I'll make sure that I pick out, a couple of cool topics, get probably some lures, we'll go over, because tonight we did a little bit of tips and tricks, but I think tomorrow we're going to focus mainly on late summer to the early fall transition, so that at least I'm going to talk about it before it happens, so that when it does happen, you're prepared, you know what to do, you know how to break your lake down and stuff like that. So, you know, um, so I'm not going to try to get into that tonight, but we'll have that for you guys tomorrow. God willing, I make it that everything goes okay, because man, work's been crazy. But I got a few calls I got to run tomorrow. But today, hey, I got off in time to come spend some time. So hopefully tomorrow we should be good. And we'll talk about like I said, late summer to early fall, transition, what the bass are doing, where they're going, and then more importantly, I think what you got to figure out is what are the bait doing? What is the food that the bass eat doing? So figure out your lake. Does your lake predominantly, and then each lake could be different. For example, you could take a lake like McClure. Certain years, it may be heavily stocked with trout, have a ton of trout in it, and not a lot of shad, not a lot of crawdads, not a lot of this and that. So swim baits may be the go-to crankbaits and bigger baits. Then there might be a year where, yeah, there's still some good numbers of trout, but there's a huge mass influx or a huge amount of crawdads. Then, jigs are going to be really, really on fire that year. Then if, let's say, the shad are just exploding, they didn't die, there's huge groupings of them, then, shad imitations are going to catch monsters and usually outfish other things. So understand what's in your lake, and then understand what it's doing, and you'll know what the bass is doing, because they got to eat even in the winter, spring, summer, fall. So whatever the bait fish is doing, that's one of the biggest giveaways to trying to figure out what are the bass doing, what are the bass's food doing. Because if you're going to catch a bass, right, bass need to eat your lure. You want to find feeding bass, active bass. You can find lethargic, non-feeding, non-active bass, trigger them, get them to eat as well. But they'll usually be near a food supply, because they're not going to want to travel a mile to go eat a dink, to go eat a minnow or something. So they're not necessarily going to be, again, and I'm not no fish whisperer, but I'm just saying what I would assume anyways, and what I've kind of gathered over the years is from looking at my fish finder, from the way that the fish's activity and behavior level are when they're, let's say, in a school, when there's bait fish nearby, or when they're just in a school in general. or when I find one or two just sitting on the bottom. So there have been plenty of times where I've just been graphing and I said, oh, there's a fish right there. And I go back. Sure enough, it's still there. And I drop down on it. Meet, 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 meet. Wait about 10, 20 seconds, times 30. Bang, get a little bite. Oop, catch a dink. So I caught an 8.5 pounder doing that exact thing, that exact way. Cast over it. Oh, shit. Backed up, cast out, worked my lure in, and right at where that thing was at, a little tap, 8.5 pounder. So super, super stoked. That was awesome. So there's a lot of different ways to catch these fish. You don't got that edit done. Send me an email. Okay. Here, RC, I'm gonna send you my email right now before I forget. But yeah. I haven't seen on here in a while, like Danny's Kitchen and a couple of the other guys. Life gets busy, right? With this whole thing. Sometimes we get, this last year has been so nuts. Wow, it's going to be 103 here tomorrow, folks. Oh my God. All right, let's send RC Creative here my email address. Man, there you go. You got it, brother. All right. So I just sent my email address over there for RC Creative. He's got some edits done. I guess he's going to send me a video. So Virgil did as well. So that's cool. I'll go check those out. I'm going to take Virgil's videos and pictures and incorporate that into the video that I make of us fishing at the Delta, which will probably get done tomorrow. I'm hoping. I've got a lot of work, and then I'm going to live stream tomorrow. So if not, I'm hoping, Thursday at the latest. But I think I got work Thursday or Friday. It just depends. I had to change the TXV out, so when that thing comes in, I got to jump on that. So life is always fun, throwing curveballs at you left and right, but it's how you deal with them that matters, right? 'Cause sometimes life's just going to run up and kick you in the nuts and then yell, ha ha. And then, you got to just get back up and man up. So at least that's what I've always done, and it's paid off in general. Yeah, here I am, right? But yeah, it's going to be a hot one here tomorrow. 103 degrees. I do heating and air conditioning, so I'm assuming I'm going to be slammed the next couple days. But I hope I don't miss a show. If I do, know that I love you guys and miss you guys, and I'll see you, when I can. Like I'm making up for it tonight, Tuesday night, not one of my normal live stream nights. So didn't attract a huge crowd tonight. So hey, for everybody that's been hanging out or watched at least for a few minutes, thank you guys and gals. Appreciate your support. If you're watching this afterwards, hey, thanks for watching it. But we have a lot of fun on the channel here. We have a good time and try to be informative, try to be entertaining, give tips and tricks, but at the same time also smiles and memories, right? That's what this is also about, a good community. So thanks everybody for being part of that, and really appreciate you guys and gals. So I know I say that a bunch, but I want to make sure it's understood because I'm not just saying it to say it, I really do. So that's why I'm saying it, because right here I'm sitting in front of the video, I'm sitting in front of the camera, and I'm just being honest and real. I don't use a script. I don't plan any of this stuff much. Sometimes I do. I try to like set up a show for you guys, and even then when I do that, I just have to wing it anyways, because I try to do a 3-hour live stream, and it can be tough talking for 3 hours, and being coherent and making sure you know what you're talking about and not sound like a jackass, right? So but I like to share again my information, tips and tricks, stuff like that. Hopefully, if I can help a couple fishermen, fisherwomen, some kids, then my job's completed, and everybody else is just icing on the cake. So hope you guys enjoy it here. Smash that like and subscribe if you guys get a chance. If you're already part of the channel, thank you. If you're new here, and you're just watching it from this point, thank you guys and gals. And if you're watching this afterwards, thank you as well. But there's a little buddy called Casper here on the show who usually shows up every now and again. I got to talk to him. He's right over here. I'll be right back. All right. All right. Oh, tickle in me throat. What's that you say? I'm not a smoker. Oh, cigarettes will kill you. Cigarettes are bad. Yo, what up? Man, sorry, folks. I was just checking something real quick. All right, RC is going to send something over. So means we might have a cool little video coming out here soon. But no matter what, I'm going to be working on one from the Delta. And I think, do I have one more? I think, yeah. The Lake McClure trip with Josh and Jason Buffalo. We're going to be releasing that one and the Delta trip. And then big shout out to the members. Thank you guys for being members and supporting the channel. Don't forget, we're going to have another members giveaway next month. And we're going to do something special for you guys and gals. So make sure you stay tuned and have your notification bells checked. You guys are awesome. So thanks for being, some of the biggest donors of the channel, the members, to the regular viewers, subscribers. Thank you guys and gals as well. So don't forget, we're doing this toy drive. So super excited to try to help as many kids as I can for Christmas this year. Doing a lot of cool things. So I hope to bring some nice heartwarming stories. I hope to bring some cool entertainment, some fun, some laughs, some smiles. I've got a couple music videos I've done about fishing. Plan on doing some more. So I got this cool little mic. I've got a little program that I use, and I'm a little bit lyrical sometimes. I can make some things rhyme if I use my mind, and I got a little bit of time. I know that was lame, but that's okay. See what I'm saying? So I just chill, and I could write some stuff up or just freestyle. I like getting down, but we do a lot of fun different things here on the channel. So for those of you guys and gals who've been watching for a while, you already know it's only about to get better. Just bear with me through this unbearable, brutal summer that we got going on. I know a lot of people probably partying, doing stuff anyway. Summertime, people are out, having fun. Ever been to Bullard's Bar? Guy out of Success said those were his got the biggest bass before. Yeah, I've been to Bullard's Bar, but Bullard's Bar is a place they say you really only want to fish in the wintertime, or like certain times a year, like pre-spawn and spawn, and that during the rest of the year, some of the big bass out there are real brutal to catch. So I've been there twice or three times, no, twice, and no, three times. One time only caught a couple fish the first time there, struggled, it was tough. Second time we caught like a bunch of dinks and caught like 1 2-pounder, 3-pounder. Third time we caught a bunch of 1 to like 2.5-pounders, caught like a 3 or a 4-pound spotted bass, and had a bunch of fun. But the big ones eluded us. We went we were told we went in the way wrong time. I think it was like post spawn at one time, and then like middle of the summer once. And then we went when it was snowing. And it was so the other time, and I don't know. We just and that was the one we struggled. I think that at first the snowing one. So there was one time we caught them super deep, like 70 to 90 feet deep. We were catching them. It was super crazy. Bullard's Bar is a beautiful little lake up there, but that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about fishing. So if you guys look at my channel, I've got I think 2 videos out at Bullard's Bar. So if you search Bullard's Bar and Common Sense Fishing, it'll come up. It should be like 2 of them, if not one at least. But I've been there a few times. So I plan on going some more. I want to go to Lake Almanor, Lake Scotts Valley Reservoir. I want to go to Success really bad, right? So we'll try out Success, but also I'm thinking like maybe Scotts Valley or Almanor. I'm after some smallmouth too, so I want to get some nice, smallmouth on like some 6 pound tests, Ned rigging, drop shot, or fluking or whatever, doing some crazy shite in some crystal clear water. Hard to catch bass, and then the fight is brutal when you catch them. So, and the scenery is going to be magical. Should be a lot more comfortable, 10, 15 degrees cooler than it is down here. So, I'm excited. At least 10 degrees, usually cooler. Certain one of these lakes. I don't know about Success, but I know for sure like Scotts Valley and Almanor are so far up there that they're a lot colder than it is down here usually. But I know it gets hot there too, so I'm not from those areas, but they're above Oroville and past Oroville, let's just say that, and east more. So, but I know it does get hot out there. So, yeah, you think California's got perfect weather, but it does get brutally hot here, hot and cold, certain places at certain times. Of course, San Diego and certain areas have like this beautiful, perfect weather a lot of the time, but most of the state is not San Diego. We have some nasty weather here sometimes. But yeah, I'm excited to try to get out and fish some new lakes, man. You guys are going to see some cool stuff, new different fisheries, and we'll talk about them on the live stream, and I'll be blasting my videos out like I usually do. But here on the live stream, we'll be talking about what I caught them on, all that great shit. Hopefully have a pal or two here, get to kind of redesign the backdrop just a little bit, remove the toys and bikes, leave a lot of the stuff, but put like maybe a couch or some kind of setup where I can have guests and set it all up correctly. So I'm gonna work on it a little bit at a time. Trust me, if I say I'm doing something, I'm gonna do it. But sometimes it takes a while. So, uh, because we have these lofty dreams and goals, and if you really want to achieve them, it takes determination and the will to be able to fail and then try again. Because if you're like, oh, I'm going to do this no matter what, and you think you got the determination, haha, and then you fail and you can't handle failure, you're not going to win every battle. You're not going to win everything. You're not going to always win. You're not going to always place first. You're not going to always kill it. You're not going to always catch a ton of fish. Life can be tough sometimes. And to the winners is the ones that when life gets tough that they get back up, right? So that's like for fishing. Sometimes I go out there and get my butt whooped, but again, the two things is learning from it and trying to get better. And then the other thing is just enjoying my time, because you're not guaranteed tomorrow. So enjoy today. And I just love getting out on the water or getting out on the shore and enjoying a nice peaceful fishing trip. I don't care where it is, what I'm doing, what bait, as long as there's some fish in the water to catch and I've got a way of catching them, I'm happy like a kid in a candy store. That's just always been me right there. So that's why I like sharing the love and trying to So I give a lot of lures away and try to help. I look for those less fortunate. Sometimes people on Facebook I reach out to, try to help, other channels, stuff like that. But hey, 1,500 subs, we're getting there. So hopefully one day, if I have a big sword to wield, let's say in this sense, right, a big audience and big influence, I like to use it to help do more of these toy drives, to get more community people involved with like taking kids fishing, um, creating, not creating more tournament anglers, not creating more bass holes, not creating more snotty like, oh, I use this with this gear and blah, blah, blah. I mean, don't worry, it's cool to be like that. I'm not making fun of nobody because I love fishing and I love getting into it. But my point is it shouldn't be that to where anybody, any kid who says something dumb or who uses like something you're not supposed to use, and you get people that are trying to correct them, and then it's, oh, I'm just trying to help, right? It's like positivity, focusing on that. And if you give criticism, how to give it correctly to a youth, to someone who's mentally maybe autistic, if you can tell they have issues and problems, so because there's a lot of people that fish. So, um, especially online with like my bass fishing lovers page, I try to make sure that because see me and another dude, it's my page. I pretty much am the owner of it, right? I'm the admin. I started it, could just delete it, whatever. But I've got a manager dude who helps, and he's been doing a great job. It's keeping it real, and you know been excellent at not having really any negativity, trash talking, because there's a lot of that, and that's what I don't want to promote. So I want to promote sharing. Again, I like tournament fishing, so I like the competitiveness, but there's got to be some sportsmanship to it. That's all, and some respect, man. That's it. Not guys that just care about getting in and out first and just all pumped up, excited about thinking they're, it's everything's them going to win. And if they're not going to win, they want to just get out of there. You know what kind of guys I'm talking about. Maybe you're one of them. I've been that way myself, but I'm not saying that's all bad. But this channel, what I'm trying to promote and grow is more more positive, normal fishermen that are just, even if you're great, you're just happy to share, happy to help, take a kid fishing, donate a gift here and there to charity. And if you do that already, great. But, what I'm saying in a long winded rant is that, right, it would be awesome to be able to have the influence one day to do these toy drives like I do now and take care of not only 200 kids but 200,000 kids, or 2,000 or 20,000, or as many as possible in all different countries, in different cities, states. I'd like, of course, to take care of our own first, but at the same time, Americans are very spoiled, let's say, in the sense that we have, even our poorest have a lot more than a lot of people in other countries. So it'd be cool to, like, I like doing those Good Samaritan things or whatever, the shoe boxes that they send over to other countries, and you put a bunch of toys in them and gifts, and you send it to like Africa or over to China or to North or to Korea or wherever, to Asian or Latino countries or European poorer countries too. They tell you like you can pick what area you're sending it to. They can go to even to like normal standardized countries, go to America, go to like Germany or France or something. So you can send them to like all over the world and help different communities. So that'd be really cool to like take care of, 200 kids in Africa, 200 kids in like East India or some crazy spot, or you know what I mean? And or kids and just underprivileged kids throughout the world, and just help. And then even then, just the influence of the channel, right? So like I said, not trying to talk about anybody. All the other bass fishing channels, awesome, but everybody's got their niche, right? And I want to be known as a dude that just basically, I'm hella cool and chill. I do me, and I'm a weird one for sure. And got my Casper. You guys, the members, have chilled, but um, the underlying thing needs to be the love of fishing, sharing the love of fishing, teaching respect about fishing, and good positive vibes about fishing. And that's pretty much it. Everything else is just icing on the cake, but you know what I mean? So focus on the positive and trying to help people, teaching them, giving them tips and tricks, but also uh, remembering in a sense to, not always, or try to approach it like it's like I always try to say, I don't know it all. So I just try to help. And then half the time too, I got my ears and eyes open. I'm shutting up. I'm watching and listening. If I see a guy catching fish, I'm taking notes. Like, okay, there's that works too. All right, and I'm filing it away, just as if I had caught those fish like that. Especially if it's in a moment where I'm struggling to catch fish and someone else is. I'm paying attention to the speed, to the lure, to the depth, because not because I want to mimic it or cheat. I want to understand what the fish are doing, why they're doing what they're doing, and then you'll get better at catching them. So just trying to figure out and pin down where are they at in their life cycle, like at time of year, spawn, post spawn, pre spawn, summer. Are they fattening up for winter, fall? Are they sitting, chilling for winter? Are they, what again, your lake, is it full of trout? Is it full of this or that? Tell you what kind of lures to fish and how to fish. So, but yeah, like I said, I'm not a pro, I'm not a guide, so I'd like to give the tips and tricks, but I always preface it with that I could be wrong, and there's many other ways to do it. So get out there, time on water, fish, do you, and you know, again, I hope the channel grows, and through that growth, we can affect change and positivity in the fishing community, and affect more growth for fishing itself as a sport for the youth and high schoolers and junior hires and stuff, and a way to keep kids outdoors, physically active. I think that all kids who fish also need to learn to swim. So, everybody should be a swimmer. Everybody should know how to swim so they could save their lives if they ever had to, fell in water, right? Outdoors, health, vitamin D, the sun, just like all the benefits, the de-stressing, the emotion and happiness that you get when you catch a fish, especially your first few fish, or just the first fish of the day, your first big fish, just fishing in general. When you really love it, it's like a drug, and it's legal, it's safe, it's good as long as we're not overdoing it, and or at least we're taking care. If you take care of the fish, there's a lot of fisheries too. We don't always all have to fish the same one, so it's cool to branch out, fish different places. But the more kids we have in fishing, youth we have in fishing, I think that that's just an awesome way to keep them out of gangs and drugs. And when I say that, I mean the hard stuff, right? You know, and doing just totally dumb things by having time to fill their day with or stuff to do in the day, as far as idle hands are the devil's playground, right? So fishing is just such a powerful thing. So, anyways, I went on a rant. As you guys could tell, I had the conversation with Casper, and then my live stream went from to bam, right? As you guys know. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys and gals. Just wanted to have a quick little live stream with you guys tonight. As always, we're going to get off here usually. Sometimes I'll stay late, until 9:30. I've even ran until 10 o'clock once. But, we 7 to 9 is what we usually do, or 6 to 9 if I can. But hey, I appreciate everybody who's stuck it through or watched or listened for any period of time. Thank you, guys and gals. But I've been yapping at you guys long enough. Again, this was just kind of a makeup. I'll have a better program planned for you guys tomorrow. Try to have some of the lures set up for fall, pre-fall transition, late summer. We're going to talk about when the nights cool, what that does to the water, what that does to the fish, and where to find them in your bodies of water right now when that stuff starts happening, which should be around the corner any minute now. So stay tuned for a good show, and then always we're going to shoot the breeze, chill, and joke. It'd be nice if I could get a visitor, a couple of people to be on the show, but I can't promise any of that till down the road. But stay tuned. We got some cool stuff coming, guys and gals. Thanks for watching Common Sense Fishing, and we'll see you guys on the next one.